What up, peeps? It's your boy Heckin Steve. Welcome back to the channel, and today I want to talk to you about the PlayStation 5 Pro. I was debating on whether or not I wanted to do a video about this, but I figured I'd just go ahead and discuss it and let you guys know how I feel about it. So first and foremost, I own a PlayStation 5. I have the Series X and I have the OLED Switch, so I have all three of the new things. And I just want to say that Sony is the absolute worst out of the three. Okay, I know a lot of people like to say that the Xbox is abandoned or doesn't have any new games or blah, blah, blah. Doesn't need new games. Xbox has the best multiplayer online experience other than a PC. All right, let's just go ahead and get the obvious out of the way. Now, the PS5 Pro, man, this thing is coming out in November, and it is ridiculous. As you can see here, we developed PS5 Pro with deeply engaged players and game creators in mind. Yeah, sure, it didn't have anything to do with making a bunch of money off of people, right? As many have asked for a console that runs even higher fidelity graphics with smoother frame rates at 60 FPS. Who, really? People are asking for better performance out of a system that you charge them $500 to begin with? We achieved this on PS5 Pro with several key performance features. An upgraded CPU. It's supposed to be, what is that, 28% faster memory. Overall, this enables up to 45% faster rendering for gameplay. Has anyone played a PlayStation 5 before? It runs great. All right, it's fine. It doesn't slow down. It doesn't lag at all. It looks fantastic, especially if you play on an OLED TV. Then we got the advanced ray tracing here. We've added even more powerful ray tracing that provides more dynamic reflection and refraction of light. Now, I encourage you to go look at comparisons between like PS5 and PS5 Pro. It is barely different, okay? It is not $700 justified. And then we go on and we read AI-driven upscaling. We're also introducing PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution. Here's the thing. AI-driven upscaling can be done with the stuff that's in the PlayStation 5 now. So unless you don't know that, you're going to fall for it. But, I mean, AI upscaling is where it makes the hardware work less and produce a better result, which is questionable, you know, when you think about the fact that it was $500 to PlayStation 5, and they're saying they want you to pay $200 more for the PlayStation Pro here in America, and you don't even get a disk drive or a stand. They can't even give you a plastic stand that they can 3D print probably for like 30 cents. It's pretty ridiculous, man. So don't fall for this. If you don't have a PlayStation already, just get a PlayStation 5 Slim, or, you know, the original model or the digital edition. You know, just get it for like $400 or $500, because when you get into the $700 range and you start accepting that, it's just going to keep getting worse from here, and it's not worth it, man. PS5 Pro provides gamers with amazing graphics at high frame rates. Yeah, so does the PlayStation 5 in general, man. And that's another thing too, man. You could play games at 120 FPS already, and you can play them at 60 FPS, you know, depending on what it is. And if you want anything better than that, man, just go to the PC. You're going to have a better experience with that anyways. Other enhancements include PS5 Pro Game Boost, which can apply to more than 8,500 backwards compatible PS4 games playable on PS5 Pro. Is there really 8,500 games on the PlayStation 4 that you can play on the PS5? I seriously doubt that. That sounds like bullshit to me. This feature may stabilize or improve the performance of supported PS4 and PS5 games. Well, no shit it should, because it's got better performance. It's got better hardware in it, so obviously it would do that. Enhanced image quality for PS4 games. Dude, PS4 games are old. Like, how much more enhancing do they need? I mean, it's not like we're going from a VHS tape to a Blu-ray disc. We're basically going from a Blu-ray disc to a 4K Blu-ray disc. It's not that significant of a jump. PS5 Pro will also launch with the latest wireless technology, Wi-Fi 7. Oh, big whoop about that, man. That's no big deal. Variable refresh rate and 8K gaming are also supported. Dude, 8K, I mean, dude, come on now. For a fucking video game, it already looks amazing. I really don't think that video game graphics can or should get better than they really are. I mean, they should focus more on gameplay instead of just making it look more shiny, because that's pretty much all HDR and Dolby Vision, which I don't even think Dolby Vision works on the PlayStation 5. I know it does on the Xbox Series X. All it does is just makes it more shiny. Okay, and you want to be blinded by your fucking TV? Go ahead. And several games will be patched with free software updates. Okay, yeah, they should be. And that's another thing too, man. Like, I've bought a lot of PS4 games to play on my PS5 because there's not really that many PS5 games. And, you know, some of them charge you for the upgrade to the PS5 version, and some of them don't. And I just think that's kind of bullshit, but I mean, it is what it is. And also, it's Sony, so of course they would do that. And I'm not saying that the other Microsoft and Nintendo don't do that either. But anyways, these games can be identified with a PS5 Pro Enhanced label within their title. Some games you can look forward to include blockbuster hits from PlayStation Studios. Who gives a fuck? And then look, yeah, vertical stand sold separately. Okay, so that's a trend with PlayStation, or with Sony in general, is, they come out with the system. It comes with all this stuff, and then they just slowly over time start taking shit away, which I think is pretty fucking crazy, especially when it's a stand. And I think they charge you like $30 for that stand. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, here you go, man. Manufacturer's suggested retail price $699.99. Remember when we were like $599 US for the PS3 was crazy? Yeah, there you go, man. $699. They greedy sons of bitches, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like, they charge you for online, and not only do they charge you for online, they charge you a crazy amount of money for online, which is free on PC, by the way. And I just think it's ridiculous that they charge you online when most of the games are peer-to-peer anyways. So basically, you're just paying them to allow you to connect to somebody else when they're not really running any servers or anything. That's all bullshit for the most part. I don't know if everybody knows that or not, but that's pretty much the case. Oh, and then, like, for some reason, it just cost a lot more money in Europe, and, whatever, dude. And then they just jacked up the price in Japan, didn't they? And now this is coming out. So it's like, we're going to raise the price of our stuff, and then we're also going to put out a system that costs even more money than that. Comes with a 2 terabyte solid state drive. That, honestly, these things should come with a 4 fucking terabyte solid state drive. These days, these things are so cheap to get, but of course, they don't want to give you too much space because they need you to buy their fucking accessory, external hard drives for additional storage and stuff. And then a copy of Astro's Playroom pre-installed. I like how they put that on there, like they haven't been doing that the whole time, just to make it sound like it's better. And this is coming out November 7th. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, like, look here. Now, I understand this is a YouTube video screenshot, but I mean, you can tell some differences here. Now, on purpose, it looks like they kind of blurred this one, to make this one look better. That's called manipulation, to make you feel like this is way better when it's really not. And it's not a new tactic. This is done all the time in media, and it's done in sales and retail, everything. But, if you've played a PS5 before, which most of you probably have if you're watching this video, then you're going to know that this is fucking retarded. I mean, look here. This is a screen capture of Spider-Man 2 on the PS5. And, I mean, that looks pretty damn good to me, man. I mean, what do you want? You want this to be a little extra shiny here, and this to be a little extra dark because of shadowing, with the advanced ray tracing and all that? Who fucking gives a shit? This is also like a millisecond of gameplay that you experience. So, like, yeah, you want to pay $200 extra just so this looks a little bit better? Nah, I don't think so, bud. Yeah, and then here's a prime example of what I was trying to get at earlier, where they come out with a system and then they take stuff away. So, like the original PlayStation 3 model, you got the 4 USB ports, and then you had this little flap here that's closed, had all the little card reader slots. And it was like, the polished piano black finish. Well, a lot of people didn't like that because of fingerprints and scratches. But anyway, so then they went over to the matte black with the slim. And the slim's great, but you get 2 less USB ports. And this is also in an era where USB is so common that it's not even expensive to just have it on there. But for some reason, they wanted to take that out, I guess, to make it smaller. But who even really cares? It's not like you're carrying your PlayStation around in the first place. Why does it need to be smaller? I tell you why, because they have to make it smaller so that you will feel inclined to buy a new thing because it's different enough to trick your stupid brain. So yeah, and then you don't get the memory card slots at all on here. And then they also removed the software feature. You could install, it had other OS on here, so you can install like Linux and stuff like that. Well, they took that out, because people were using it to mod the system and play games for free, and they can't have that. So that in this system, they took that away. But all the people that didn't do that, right? They used other OS for an actual good reason or a beneficial reason. They just get screwed. And then the final rendition of the PlayStation 3, they got rid of the slide-in disc, which was fancy. That's what set it apart really from Xbox 360. And then they took that away over here. So then like you get this little like plastic slide thing. It looks so cheap. And it was cheap. And I mean, I never had one malfunction on me, but I could definitely see that happening to somebody. And then here you go. We're talking about the online service now. So this is the essential, right? This means, yeah, you get to play games online, and you get a couple of monthly games, right? And it's all games that are old as shit that you probably bought already, or you probably don't care to play longer than 30 minutes. And a year of that is $80 if you buy a year up front. That is insane, okay? $80 for you to be able to play online with your buddies. Most of the time, the incentivization to buy a system is based on what system your friends play on. So it's just like, if they decide to play on PlayStation, then you are forced to pay $80 a year or $10 a month, which would turn out to be $120 a year if you can't afford to pay $80 up front. Which, you know, could be the case for a lot of people since they're paying $500 and $700 for these fucking consoles. Then you come over here, you got the extra, so you get extra games. You get hundreds of extra games, right? Games that have, you know, that are old that you could buy when they're on sale for like $5 to $10 in the first place if you really wanted to play them. And then, you know, that's $15 a month or $135 for an entire year. And then premium, you know, which is like the creme de la creme of all the services that they offer and everything. That's $18 a month and then $160 for an entire year of that. And man, let me tell you something right now. There are games that I own on the PlayStation 3 that I bought years ago, like PS1 games and PS2 games. I own them. They are part of my Sony account, but they are blocked so that you can't access them on the PlayStation 5 unless they're on their subscription service and you are subscribed. So basically, I own Resident Evil Director's Cut, for example, okay? I own it. I could go to my PlayStation 3 right now, which is hooked up to my TV, and I can play the son of a bitch. But on PlayStation 5, which is hooked up to the same TV, I can't do it unless I'm subscribed to the premium PlayStation Plus subscription. Like, it acknowledges that I own the game, but it says that I cannot play it. That's fucked, okay? And that's what a digital future looks like. But I guess I'm gonna keep my PS3 hooked up for as long as it takes. You know, granted, I do own that game on a disc as well, but the PlayStation 3 can play the fucking game. I could put the physical disc in too if I wanted. Can't do that shit with the PS5. That's the most crazy thing about it all. All right, you want to add all this extra like hardware and stuff, but for some reason it don't know how to read a PS1 game, a PS2 game, PS3, 4, or 5. Y'all can't figure out how to make it play every PlayStation game ever, because then it would actually be worth $700 because it would have, I don't know, 20,000+ games that you could just play on a whim. PlayStation would kill it. Nobody would buy an Xbox then, and nobody would buy a Nintendo. Well, people would still buy Nintendo because Nintendo's, you know, kind of a different gaming experience. But yeah, I mean, they'd be great, but they don't want to do that because that would be too nice. That would be too great. You know, they always want to give you just a little bit to keep you interested in their products, but they don't want to fucking make it the best. That's why they shit out that PlayStation Classic like it was nothing when it could have been the best thing ever. Oh, and then don't even get me started on PSVR 2. So first of all, you know, it's $550 just for this headset. Now, I don't know about you guys, but you could just get a Quest VR, and I think it's like $300. And it's not locked to PlayStation. You use it on the PC, you can use it standalone. It's pretty great. And you're not locked to the Sony ecosystem with that. And there's not even that many games that support VR2 on PlayStation. And that's the thing, you know, that's the signature move of Sony too, is they don't support their extra shit very much. I mean, you remember the PlayStation TV, PlayStation Vita, PSVR 1, and then now PSVR 2, and then, you know, the PlayStation Portal, which I think I have a picture of that coming up too. But yeah, that's just absurd. $550. So you're telling me that you want somebody to buy a PS Pro for $7, and then it doesn't come with a disc drive. They have to buy that additionally, which is $80. And then, you know, it doesn't come with a stand. So if they want to sit it upright, that's another $30, I believe. So that's like over $800 just right there. And then add $550 on top of that. Why the fuck would they do that when they could just build a PC and buy a Quest? Yeah, here's the PlayStation Portal. Now, I own a PlayStation Portal, and I think it's pretty good, but I don't think it's perfect or amazing. It's very finicky, depending on like where you are in your house and what's going on with your network and everything. But, you know, it works, which is better than nothing. We're getting close to like $1,800 after tax and everything. And I didn't even put their headsets accessories on here, but, you know, like you can't even use Bluetooth headphones with this fucking thing unless it's like the Sony one. It's just ridiculous, man, because we all live in a society. We all use USB-C nowadays. That's like the main thing that everybody uses. And we use Bluetooth. And for some reason, and their controllers use Bluetooth, but this can only use Bluetooth with their own earbuds. So that's fucking crazy. I don't even know why. I mean, I get it. Like, people like PlayStation. PlayStation's it's a good name. And the PlayStation 2 was the GOAT. But even with the PlayStation 2, they were taking features away when they would come out with the PlayStation Slim. And, you know, despite the fact that PlayStation 2 is great, I still had problems with PlayStation 2 back in the day. Some of them wouldn't read discs unless it was like a certain color or something. I mean, it's just crazy. But yeah, then the digital system is $450 now. I don't know when that happened, but apparently that snuck up on us because it used to be $399 and $499 for these two consoles. But now they've made it to where you could buy the digital edition for $449.99, and then it's $50 more for this. I guess they did that. They jumped this up to $450 because if it was $399 and they're selling their disc drive for $80, then technically you would still be cheaper buying the digital and getting the disc drive than it would be to buy this. So I guess that's probably why they did it, but that's kind of like fucked up, right? Yeah, here's your disc drive right here, $80, $30 for a vertical stand. Here's the final point that I want to make here, man. The PlayStation 5 came out November 12th of 2020. Okay, and like, so we're like 4 years in, and the Slim came out last year, right? The Slim came out in November of 2023, and now it's November 2024, and the Pro model's coming out. So you're telling me that within a 4-year span, you're supposed to buy 3 different PlayStations, like, to keep upgrading? I know not everybody's going to do that, but that seems to be like what Sony is hoping happens. Especially if you have the PlayStation 1, or not the 1, but the original PS5. They want you to jump to PS5 Pro. But you know there's people out there that buy the PS5 original, then the Slim, and now they're going to get the Pro. And I just think it's kind of crazy, man. Within a 4-year span. Like, think about that. You paid like $5 for the first one, $5 for the second one, and $700 for this third one. That's like $1,700. You could have just built an awesome gaming PC. But I digress. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this PS5 Pro business. I think it's a scam. I think it's a waste of money. And I think it's not out of left field for Sony. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video, man.